Hey Sagittarius, this is Lisa from Soul Searcher Tarot, and I'm here to do your mid-month from the 15th to the 29th, February 2020 reading. I'm actually doing this because I was pretty late on your guys' beginning of February reading, so I thought I owed you something back because you were very patient about waiting for that. Okay? And I'm using you as a guinea pig because I was going to try this next month with all the other signs, but I figured since I figured I owe you, I will try this on you, okay? But it's still general, and it's not going to fit with everybody. Take what does, leave what doesn't. If you do enjoy the reading, please give me a thumbs up, a share, subscribe. If you want to write me a comment, I'd love to hear from you. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing saying things. But we'll get started here. I did pull, this is the deck I used at the beginning of the month. All right. And this was the energy, your energy for the reading. And this is like an internal conflict. You're not fighting against anybody here. This being the Seven of Wands. When you receive the Six of Wands, if this is the next step, the Six of Wands is like being acclaimed by people around you, getting reward and being noticed for what you did. But when that happens in your work life or just life, however that works, it's not easy to keep going. Like, you have to keep putting out extra effort. Like, if you were at work and you got all these kudos because you did such an awesome job, or made all these sales, or wrote this best report, then they're going to keep expecting more from you. So they're going to expect you to work just as hard, if not harder, continually on. And so I think this is where you were feeling like you were not you weren't fighting anybody. You were kind of battling yourself. That you had to keep pushing forward to get where you wanted to be. And the very next card in this spread is the Five of Staffs, which again is the Wands. It's just a different deck. And this might be maybe you did get a promotion, back when you got the Seven of Wands. And so that's why you were, fighting hard because you were expected to. Or working extra hard. Then you got the Five. And this is almost like taking one step forward and two steps back type of situation, where you're just having conflicts, and maybe your ideas aren't working well with other people or with the other things, and so you always feel like you're struggling a little bit extra because of the position you're in now, or because of the responsibility you were given. So again, it's not like a hardship, it's not a horrible thing. It's just you're expected to succeed to a certain point, and because of where you are now, or because of what you did, and now you have to keep up that. So you might be feeling a little bit like you're pushing and pushing and pushing, and it's kind of like pushing you back a little bit. Again, I don't know if it's in work or if it's in life, but it's not a forever thing. It's just it's like a little speed bump in the road type of thing, or maybe like a hiccup. Because right next to it, then you have the Fool. And then you have the Fool and the Magician. Now these two cards next to each other, my nails are, these are the first two on the Fool's journey. It's the Fool and the Magician. And they're from the High Arcana. And this is very strong. This combination is huge strong. So here he is. He's willing to go out and start something new and give it his best and try as hard as he can. And then this guy is going to give him all the abilities he has to manifest something. So these two working together tells me that you are planning to do a whole new shake-up of whatever's going on. So you could stop doing this, one step forward, two step back action. So you're going to put something, I feel like you're going to put something together that's going to make whatever these little hiccups are obsolete. Like however you're going to work this, because this is powerful. This is like huge. Because he's got all the facilities and he manifests like nobody's business. And then with the full energy, he is so welcoming to that stuff. He's so good at embracing the new stuff, especially when it's proposed to him by the energy of the magician, because that's who he went to in the beginning of his journey to choose his path. So they work very well together. And the next one, you can see that something might have been working. Maybe the promotions are still coming in, the bonuses are still coming in, whatever you were doing is still coming in, because now you have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is like the fruits of your labor. So whatever hard work you were putting in here, and whatever you were coming up with, it worked. Or it's continuing work. I'm sure it's not like boom, working, but like you're going to see it growing and growing and growing as time goes on, because you deserved the acclaim. You deserved whatever the promotion or the up in salary or whatever it is that you got. It was deserved. And since you were able to get past this, little conflicting energies, and when you did whatever you could do with the Fool and the Magician, you were able to start accruing what you set out to accrue. And then you got the Queen of Staffs energy. And she's pretty awesome. She's like, this would be Queen of Wands. It's a sign of Leo. Excuse me. But it's like Leo, Sagittarius, and Virgo? No, not Virgo. Wow, it just slipped my mind. But don't talk about that. But it's definitely Leo and Sagittarius. And Aries. Okay, sorry. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. All right. She's like, this could be a close friend, possibly. It doesn't have to be a woman. I mean, it could be male also. They're not gender specific. This is somebody in your atmosphere. Like they're like a comrade. Somebody that, maybe you work really closely with, and your friends. Maybe you go to lunch together. Maybe even hang out after work type of deal. It's like a very tight friendship. And you feel very comfortable. So in this atmosphere, wherever this is, she's like a buddy. She's somebody that you can confide in. She's somebody that will go over things with you and actually tell you it's a good idea, it's a bad idea. So she's somebody that you can look to for good opinions. She's not trying to, skim out from under you. She try to take your ideas to the big boss guy. She's not doing any of that stuff. So she's like a really good friend, or he is like a really good friend and somebody that you can work real well with. Then you got this Ace of Swords. Now this, it's an energy of a new start. Okay, so maybe because situations like this is like, okay, you had the Fool and the Magician and you started something new. And then you were able to see the Nine of Pentacles. So this could be a whole new start too. So maybe you're going somewhere else with it and we won't find out until March. Or this could just be the new start that you started with these guys. And it's just coming up this way. So I think whatever situation is going on here, you really do have it handled. I am going to clarify, just to see if I can get anything else with it. But it looks really good. And to see the Fool and the Magician pop up like that together, I don't think I've ever seen that. It's really kind of cool. Cool. I gotta change my wording. Let's see. Whoopsie. Let's see. What else can I get for Saggies? Mid-February. What else for Saggies in mid-February? All Ace of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Eight of Swords. Alright, let's see what this got going on. Well, the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the Four of Pentacles. Jeez, okay. Alright, this is you holding tight onto something. And if I look at it this way, the Four of Pentacles is like, alright, you don't want to let go of anything. Maybe whatever the situation is here, like I said, it's working out well, and you're feeling good about it. You really are. But maybe you're also a little bit nervous to give up anything that comes with the job or the experience or the life or the partners. Like, you don't really want to give up anything. It doesn't just have to be money. It could be any part of the situation. Like, maybe you're working and somebody says, oh, you know what, you have a lot on your plate. Why don't we just split the job up? Or, you know, hey, you could have this assistant. And maybe you're thinking, I don't want to do that yet because I want to make sure I'm very into this. Like, I am solid into it. I'm concrete. I don't really want to share it with anybody else. That's what that feels like, that you don't want to share that job. Even though they're saying, okay, you're doing so much, we can give you a little bit, you know, of leeway here and help you share out the work. You can divvy it up, and that way you're not doing so much, and you're like, I'm keeping it because I'm working it, and it's mine, and I'm not trying to give up anything. So that's what that feels like. Because then you got the Empress. And she's very strong energy. She's like the softer female energy of the Emperor. So she, even though like she can be tough, she's firm, and he's hard sometimes, she's like the softer female version of it. And sometimes when she's around, delays will happen. And not for anything like bad, it's just a matter of maybe in your plans and schemes there's delays going on. But I think she might be your energy. And that very much, yeah, okay, that would make sense. If this is your energy now, male, female, it doesn't matter. But she doesn't want to give up anything, and she's projecting that strength, all right? And this is like the Libra, this is a sign of Libra. So they're very about being just and being fair. And that makes sense because I feel like this is being your energy. You want to be fairly, not having to share what you have. That's exactly what it feels like. So yeah, I just think that this is your energy. It came up and said, I ain't sharing nothing. And then the Eight of Swords came up. And this is like you kind of sticking yourself in a position that you don't need to be in. So maybe you're a little frustrated that they were asking that question of you, or they're expecting you to take it, And I don't think that you have an issue about having people help you, but right now, because this is so new, or this feels so new, you don't want to do that. Like, you wouldn't have a problem delegating something eventually to somebody else. And if you are like actually a manager or a supervisor, you do have employees to delegate to, but that wasn't where they were going with this. It was almost like, here, just like split it, and then you both can do the project, and you could both do the jobs, and then you're not doing all that, and then and I think you didn't want to have that. So you want to be the one who's doing whatever it is that you're doing, and you didn't want to share that, and that's okay. And I think you'll get yourself out of this, and I think you just have to just put it in your head that nobody's going to take it from you. It's just, if you express if that's the situation, that if you express it to them that you don't want to share it and you would like to keep going, if you're doing a good job, they shouldn't have to want to do that, then I think that you'll be able to convince them that the situation doesn't have to change, okay? So that's what it sounds like to me here. And I haven't pulled one of these for a while because they're the Angel of Abundance cards. They don't always make sense to the readings, but I got them at Christmas. I wanted to use them because they're really pretty. See? But this seems like a good reading to use them with, right? I am going to get more eventually, but this is what I got for now, and they're really pretty, and I want to do it. I think it's nice to end the reading with it, especially because they're pretty positive. They're good mojo. All right. Oh. Okay, this one came up, partnership. All right. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You're receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. Well, that's something to think about, isn't it? That's weird that popped up. Okay. Well, that's something to think about. And like I said, if just feels like it's your baby, you don't really want to share it. Now, I'm not saying that in, a month or 2 or 3, might not change your mind, but right now that's just what it feels like. But if this is something that you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up, please. Subscribe, write me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And then I will be checking back in with you in March. I hope everything turns out well. Have a good one. Talk to you later.